Jains, welcome back to another episode of Wrong Ones Podcast. I'm Dinesh Sagi, joined by Amar and Punk. How are we?
Hello.
Yeah,
All
good
good?
man.
You, Amar,
Yeah, all good. All good. How are you?
I've noticed something.
What is that?
What's on your cap?
Oh,
Are we promoting Wrong
as you
Ones?
see, wrong
Yes,
ones. Yeah.
I like it. That's the logo. Good job.
Yeah. Please comment. Please leave a comment to get a wrong ones cap if you're interested.
Yep, absolutely. So we're on the game right now with LSG and PBK that concluded today. Before we go into the details, one thing I really want to start off with is the stuff that happens after every LSG's loss, where the management somehow decides to come down and then have a word with the skipper. Your thoughts, Amar?
Really unnecessary and a distraction. It's uh, it's good for social media and journalists, but in terms of it doesn't look pretty on a cricket field, to be honest. The As we have talked about this previously, that the owners should just leave the players to their jobs and not interfere. If they want to have a chat with them, by all means, have a chat inside closed doors, not out in the open like this. It may be words of appreciation, or just to saying that, well played, come to the party tonight. But because of the instances that has happened, that had happened previously with couple of Goenka's captains, it always will be under scrutiny, and it doesn't look good, to be honest. um, the players should be left to their own, and this, let them concentrate on cricket, and the owners should concentrate on helping and supporting their teams and the supporting staff, but not interfere or not come down and speak to them on the field.
Anything you'd like to add, Amar? Sorry, Punk.
Yeah. A leopard cannot change its spots. So once a habit, always a habit. If you are so interested, become the coach of LSG.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, and it looks like he's a serial offender.
That's what I
Yeah,
um
said. A leopard cannot change its spots.
so
I mean, time and again, right? Started off with
I don't
MSD
want
when
to
he was
use
at
the Hindi
a.
proverb for that. It would have sounded a bit this thing, but
Yeah,
I don't want to use the Hindi. It will be a bit this thing. That's why I told the English words for it. Maybe
absolutely
offline I'll
right.
tell you what's the Hindi proverb for it. So
maybe Pant
We have,
will say that to him in Hindi.
yeah, maybe it's probably at some point, like, I
uh,
mean, obviously we
uh,
don't know the details about what's going on, but this is time and again we see this, happen with MSD, happened with KL Rahul, and it's happening with Pant, and this is like the third game in a row where we see this. Yeah, obviously now they'll do some PR later on, so put up a video from like the dressing rooms, and it's all encouraging the team and stuff. But it's very evident when there is so much negativity around this. Why do you step down and to talk to the players straight after the game? You've seen other managements. Look at KKR, look at Chennai, look at RCB for that matter, or even like Punjab. No owner does this, even MI for that reason. Stay where you are, let the game finish, let the players go back into their dressing room, have whatever conversation you want to have in private. Don't do it in public. It's not a good look for you
absolutely.
and your team, most importantly. And the players, especially they're representing India, they're not like a player who's playing in some local league and you just pick them up and you have a go at them. They play for India. There's
Yeah,
some
and I
Absolutely.
recognition there. There's some like pride representing a nation. I'm sure you make a lot of money, but that doesn't give you the right just because you own the team. You're gonna go do whatever you want on the cricket pitch. Yeah. All due respect,
Yeah,
Mr. Goenka, this needs to stop. I mean, we respect
this
LSG,
needs
but
to
you
stop.
got to stop this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and think
Good.
about,
I
he's
mean,
doing this to the international player for India, and he's Pant is a superstar, right, in India. Think about the morale of a young player who has just started in LSG, right? Any young player seeing that, they will be scared. they will have so much pressure on themselves that if they don't perform, and one day his team owner comes to and speaks to him, he will have that in his mind. So this is absolutely not good, and really a disaster, and a shame really in Goenka's part.
Even if he went to show like some positive like this thing, he's got a negative energy created already, right? So for his own good, right, just avoid it, man. Simple, right? It doesn't make sense.
Yep. Anyway, shifting focus on to some of the positives for LSG. Nicholas Puran, another brilliant innings, 44 of 30 deliveries, 5 4s, 2 6 6. And then Aish Badoni, someone they really hit high, rate high, and he was like retained. Good to see him put some runs on the board. And obviously Abdul Samad, useful innings down the order. But yeah, maybe a quick word on Nicholas Puran and his form. Seems to be having no difficulty in clearing the boundary. Amar.
Yeah, he's having no difficulty really, and he is very clear on his mind, because out of all the batsmen that LSG has, he is the guy who looks the part, and he's carrying on for the performance from the last year and the previous year. So he's carrying on that, and then he looks like even better this year. In the previous game as well, we saw how fluently he batted, and he's a very good player of the spin as well as the pacers, and he's very perfectly placed at number 3 there. So he's easily the best player that LSG has, and every single time he makes runs. He's not short of runs in any games. um, Aiden Markram also made runs this time. Mitchell Marsh missed out, but it was an absolutely Jaffa for delivery from Arshdeep Singh. So yeah, I mean these three when get going, and they can give a very good start to LSG.
Absolutely right. And obviously, from a Punjab standpoint, Punk, there's some statement from Punjab, and especially in Simran Singh and Shreyas Iyer to sort of chase down 176 in 16 overs, 16.2 to be precise.
Yeah, so I know a few people would have doubted why Prabhsimran Singh has been retained. So now Ricky Ponting being Ricky Ponting, right? He wouldn't retain somebody who he did not think had the caliber of. So just to like sometimes you have to understand hindsight. I'm not talking about like now, right? But just on Ricky Ponting's experience and scouting people, and he did that for Rishabh Pant, and he turned out to be really good in test, and he's done a lot compared to apart from like so just the thing is he's shown the faith what Ricky Ponting put by retaining the only two players retained. Yeah. And great thing, and that faith is bought in back, and I think so he even told about like how Ricky Ponting gave him that thing, so it just gives you that freedom. And Iyer has that the way Iyer in terms of captaincy which he's done with KKR, and even when he was captain of DC, right, that freedom of with his players, right, that helps as well, right. There's a lot of support system with Iyer which you can see on the field. He's very relaxed, and I don't see him getting like shouting at like I haven't seen him getting angry on the field, which is a very good thing, like on the field especially, right. You're not getting the bowlers or the like batsmen, anybody, right, that nervous energy, like when they are a bit stuck, Iyer goes and he talks to them. It feels like there's a comforting energy with Iyer. And Prabhsimran Singh, man, he's just shown the faith of being retained. And what a good this thing. He's the wicket keeper and also like an opening batsman. And he's like that was some hitting, man. But yeah, on the hindsight, is also like as I've told you, LSG does not have the squad, the bowling squad, right? So that also we need to account for. Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, Prabhsimran Singh, if people who followed him, he had a century for Punjab from previous IPL. So he's no mug with the bat when it comes to
Yeah.
opening. And then Shreyas Iyer, obviously, I don't know how much of this is true, but I've seen something on the socials. Obviously, all of his recent efforts were recognized with obviously an A plus contract with India again. So obviously, 2 years ago he was dropped from the central contract, and then from there on it's just going one way. Won the Ranji Trophy, won the Smart with Mumbai, won the T20. Sorry, the Champions Trophy, IPL with KKR last year, and now obviously the contract. So yeah, kudos to him.
The
Does it
like
mean that he will be picked in the India T20 World Cup?
Potentially, you never know. He's definitely a batsman. He won in the top four, and obviously now with what he's bringing with his captaincy, why not?
he's got an opportunity, right? And see, the thing is, I told you, right? You need spin hitters in India, okay? And he's already proved, like, in the ODI as well, right? He smashed, like, the bouncer is no more a concern for him. In India, bouncers anyways are not concerned, right? Because of slow pitches we have here. Definitely, Rajat Patidar, Dubey, these are the guys who actually you need, who can smack you, the slow bowlers, like, spinners and all that, right? And Indian grounds are not big as well, right? There's not Australian grounds. Like, they're all like 65 meters max, either side, or 70 on the other side, right? That's it, right? So these are your guys, who actually are the guys, like, I'm not saying they will play all of them will play in the 11, but you need to have these 3 or 4 guys who can actually come and just smack in the middle overs, right? Openers, it's a different thing, but middle overs is where India has always struggled, right? If you have a Rajat Patidar, you have a Iyer, if you have a Dubey, these are the guys who, especially in India, they are going to they'll create a fear in the opponent's team. Okay, so the entire strategy, if you have 3 or 4 spin hitters, is going to be a very different thing altogether. And frankly speaking, Iyer, I have and know this thing with Yadav. But Iyer would be a very good captain. I'm not about T20, but like an ODI captain, I feel he is the right guy. The only problem with Iyer is he's very injury prone, right? That is the only fear. Or if he was not injury prone, right, by this time he would have been your captain. In
Yeah,
either in he would have been your vice captain. It was just because of his injury. If you see, is like that's the only risk with and something that has happened with Pandya as well. That's why he was not given the T20 captainship, because of being injury prone, right?
yeah,
And same thing with Iyer as well. That is the only thing. But he's come back good, man. He's shown what a player he is. So really happy for him. And this is
Mhm.
what is very important here. Your bat needs to do the talking. You can have the PR machines all around the world. Okay, does not make a difference. And go perform, people will speak about you, right? The BCSA will come and give you the contract. Beg your hands, please come back. Yeah. So Iyer has shown for all those PR guys that it's your performance on the field which makes you great.
yeah. No, fair play, and obviously kudos to Punjab, right? They look really good contenders for this year's championship. But one thing I want to pick up on today's game is uh, Digvesh Rathi's celebration when he got the wicket of Priyan Sharia, where he probably did some sort of sign off. I'm not sure what he's trying to.
I think so. They're from
They're playing
Delhi,
for the
yeah.
same
So
Delhi, yeah,
yeah,
correct.
it's just a banter between them, So that's
Yeah,
like
I
it's
hope
just
so.
fun,
Yes.
You need to have that banter, right? So me and Amar, if we play, right, and if you have an opponent team, I will do the same banter to him, So
Oh
it's
wow,
just and
that's a
then
big statement you made there, Punk.
Yeah.
if I take his
I'm
wicket, then
not sure if
definitely
I can say the same thing
it'll be
because
fun, right? It will be a fun
I
banter,
won't be
right?
able to
It's
take
just
that wicket of Punk. So
let's joke upon.
Absolutely,
But yeah,
but
it is
it's all
it's
good
good to
banter, right?
see, something. Yeah, it's a good banter. Like
Yeah,
it's nice to see that.
yeah, no,
Right?
absolutely. Anyway, maybe in tomorrow's game, right? Maybe let's look at RCB playing the Gujarat Titans. Who's your pick, Punk? They're playing at RCB home, Bengaluru.
RCB. Because they have a good, batting, right?
Mhm.
Gujarat Titans is like slightly, the batting is a bit of a concern with GT. And again, the bowling with Siraj and all that, right? With Siraj, he's on and off. Okay, and I've told you, right? Your weakling is Siraj and your main guy is Siraj. If he performs, it is going to win. If it does not perform, it is going to lose. If he gives the 60 runs, then you're gone. If he gives you that 30 runs for 3 wickets, you're going to win. He's your main guy. That's the only problem with GT, because in between Rashid Khan and all that, they will take wickets, right? But your opener and your end bowling, right, is where GT is going to struggle. And your main guy is your Siraj, who gives you the first 2 overs and the last 2 overs. And if they
Yeah.
go for like 55, 60 runs,
Mhm.
then all the hard work which is done between, and also like Rashid is not, and I've told you, right, over the seasons, people will recognize that Rashid does a lot of googly at a faster speed, right? So people are playing more straight, they're not playing across the line. So there's low, you see most of the sixes are going mid on.
Mid wicket.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, mid wicket, right? So they're not going towards the square boundaries.
Mhm.
You see, so they know now. Yeah, they're playing more straight and over the top, right? So your tricks are there for some time, right? After that, people will catch up. So, yeah. So that, and with the RCB, good thing is like they've got Bhuvi,
Mhm.
right, and they've got Hazelwood.
Hazelwood. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first 3 to 4 was is where you have to be a bit careful
Mhm.
with these bowlers, right? And if you can just get that 10, 12 runs, right, the ball will stop swinging. Then you can go for it. Or, just step, especially with Bhuvi, right? Even his bouncer won't be that. You step forward and try to negate the swing and take over. So, well, with GT, I would say if they can do that, and if Siraj, then there is a chance. But it's 60-40 to RCB.
Amar, you agree?
Yeah, my pick is also RCB. They have got the momentum now. They are looking like a very gelled up team. Historically, RCB has always looked gelled up outside the field, but this time they are looking gelled up inside the field as well. And like Punk mentioned, you have Hazelwood and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. They are bowling really, really well, taking wickets up front, and we saw with Josh as well, he's taking wickets later half of the innings as well. And also the main factor, more than Siraj, I would say Rashid Khan. He has been missing those wickets lately. So that means that the other, the batsmen are picking him up and lining him up as well. Of course, Siraj is playing in his old home, so he will know the pitch really well, but also the batsman will also know him how to play. So
Yeah.
that's it'll be an interesting battle. But yeah, of course. And also the other thing is, RCB would like to improve on their home wins, which we talked about this in when we started, when we talked about their squad.
Squad
It's
review.
really important that they win, or they improve their win ratings, which is lower than 50%, really worrying. So they will want to improve on that, and they're coming to Bangalore with high confidence this time. So all in all, I would say this is really good for RCB, and they're very well placed to win. So if they win now, they will be in a very, very good spot.
And
Absolutely.
just to add as well, right? We just talked about Bhuvi and uh, you know Hazelwood, but there's another guy, Yash Dayal. He was retained. So like if somebody is retained, right, there has to be a logic behind him, right? I know that he went for that 4, 5, 6s with young bowler, when
Rinku Singh.
Rinku took him, yeah, in Gujarat. But after that, his performance has really improved. So there's that the X factor of and it's good slow bowlers and all that. So they have the three good bowlers to actually help them out, and even the spinners and all that. Shuas, good leggy. He's got a good googly. He's got a good brain on his hand. So that Chahal replacement is there now. Okay, with a youngster who bowls a bit quicker. He can give you the quick bounces as well as a leggy, right? Which a lot of leggies don't have. So that helps as well, right? So they have got like four bowlers, where, and Livingston is Livingston, right? You never know. But you will have 1 or 2 weaklings here and there, but you have like this package of four good bowlers who can
Mhm.
actually get you. So RCB for the first time, like the entire package is good, as a bowling unit. You
Yeah,
had one guy who was good or two guys were good, but three of them were, lackluster, and they used to go for all around the park, right? But this now at least four guys, you can have confidence that, even if they give 9 runs per over, right? That's like 180. Even 200 in RC in a Bangalore pitch is chaseable.
yeah, they definitely have a good all-round squad this time around. So hopefully,
Yeah.
they reap some rewards. But yeah, on that note, gents, thank you for your time today, as always. For our viewers, subscribers, as always, we say, provide any feedback in anything we covered. Again, we're not criticizing any particular team, owner, or squad for that reason. It's just our
I have a
opinion.
feedback though.
Go on.
I felt like, life should be like a Rohit,
Yeah,
win the Champions Trophy, come back, get 16 crores, play for 2 overs, relax, and come back again, play for 2 overs, relax.
I mean, all I can say is he earned it.
That's
He
my
earned that.
feedback.
He's done it for India, so
Absolutely, you heard
he
it,
earned it.
right?
He earned it. So yeah, make the most of it, Rohit. If I was in your place, I wouldn't even last 2 overs. I'd probably just play the first delivery and go relax. But yeah, on that note, we wrap up for today. Thank you, Amar.
Hit the bell icon.
Thank you. Appreciate your services and love the hat. Anyone who's interested in Amar's Rongan's merchandise, please do reach out, and Amar's gonna help out in getting one of those fancy caps. Thank you, gents. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.